home, I think of travel. When I travel, I think of home.
Wow.
Which one do you think is the traveler away?
I think that the running is the traveler.
Where he's away, and then on the other side's a little bit of home.
Yeah.
His home, his little house. Yeah, we always want change.
I don't get what the star is for, but
it has so much more meaning.
I mean, you can make something and have more meaning to it. You know what I mean?
That is very true.
Oh.
And means something to you differently than someone else also, right? Nice. Okay. That was a cool one. Here's 4, and 4 is on the houses we would, the houses we would build if only we had a little more time. Oh, the houses we would build if only we had a little more time.
Hello?
He's got houses. Can you read that?
Houses we... No, I can't.
I think houses we would build, maybe.
I think that's supposed to be with.
I look at that and I think of a sky rise in the city.
I just think of Jenga.
Jenga.
I'm not gonna lie, I just think of Jenga.
And if you pull one out, maybe they'll all fall.
You know.
What do you think then, whenever you said you wanted to know what that is? With the meaning of duplexity. And then he says, one of my homebody sculptures.
I don't know.
Well, the noun meaning is rare. So I can see that being rare. That's very rare. I don't think you'll see another one like it.
No, you won't. Well, actually, I think I saw one.
And it's double. There's 2 side by side.
I thought at first it was like a beehive.
Well, he has legs.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, why does it have legs?
And he thinks homebody. His homebody. Home and body. Duplexity. Okay, so we're on number 6. So we have to find number 6. 6 is over there.
I'm guessing 6 is right.
Oh, we could have went this way. Okay, and the title of it is He Always Carried It.
I guess like he always carried the farm.
He always carried the farm. Okay, well, here's some of his description. It helped him remember that he is a part of the natural world. He always carried it. What does that look like that he's carrying?
A leaf.
That's what I think so too. And it helped him to remember that he is a part of natural world. I think that's something we all need to remember.
Yeah. I guess it's saying by him having the farm, he is connected in some way.
Okay. Connected to the natural world. By being a farmer, you mean?
Yeah.
Yep. This one's wet. It says wet paint, so we have to be careful. Look at all the pieces. I really like this one. This was really cool.
I think I have a dove at my house.
A dove?
Yeah.
You probably do. They might be nesting there.
Yeah, no, they are.
We have a turkey nearby that's nesting.
No, I think it's a dove. And I know it's nesting because I can see its nest.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen their eggs.
Is that number 7?
I think so. Yeah, I've definitely been here.
Wow, look at that.
How is that not falling? I guess
You think it's one?
It looks like DNA.
Looks like a DNA chain. That is cool, DNA chain. Yeah, it even takes a twist. Yeah.
That's really what.
Okay, but now he's calling it peace, if this is number 7. About this one? Is it number 7? Okay. So peace is what he says here. A circle is a good seating arrangement for a dialogue, and maybe a ladder can bring together and lift up our differences. Wow. That's pretty profound for today anyway, with what's going on too. We need to.
I'm point this out though. We have Earth Day,
Yeah?
but yet factories don't stop killing. I'm throwing that out there. Like,
Tell me that again.
we have Earth Day, but factories never quit killing.
Factories meaning animal
Yeah,
factories.
you know what I mean?
During Earth Day, you're saying that they should all take a break from that?
Yeah,
Maybe we should
for maybe
honor.
a week. Then
and
we should do
respect
it all year, but you know what I mean?
Well, that's part of our differences, isn't it? But I think that would be a great thing too.
But no. No.
Okay, so Carter, this was a 19th century American writer
Oh, I thought that we were.
that oh look, it's a leaf again.
Yeah, I know.
And
I can't tell where his. There's.
help us appreciate and understand our relationship with nature. He set an example for an individual's responsibility in society. As he was dying of tuberculosis, he said, "The autumn leaves teach us how to die." Wow.
I still can't tell where he's facing.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
And I like the way he put this through.
Yeah, that was.
That's the stem of the leaf, and I noticed that in the other one, how he put the stem in there.
Huh.
Slowly dies like we do. It's alive, and then we slowly, and then it falls off the tree, and then it goes back to the earth and decays. The leaves. Sort of reciprocity in a way, in that sense. Okay, this is the framework Walden. So remember Thoreau that we saw right there, Carter? He was the one that this is the framework for part of the book that he wrote, and it was
What in the framework?
it was Walden. Okay, so Mr. Thoreau built and lived in a house just this size, as a
Wow.
2-year experiment in self-reliance. In his book, Walden, and that's the book he wrote, I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life, and see if I could not learn what it had to teach and not when I come to. Okay, so he wrote, I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life, and see if I could not learn what it had to teach and not, and when I come to die, discover that I had not lived. Well, we're experiencing life because he talked about that he wanted to come and be more of a hermit like this so that he could experience life. And then at the end, his quote is, discover that I had not lived. To die, and then discover that I had not lived.
Like with
So he could say that he lived.
Yeah.
He actually lived. And there's many things in that kind of way. Like I look at my as I get older, I want to know that I lived. You know, do things and experience things. And he wanted this experience so that he could say that he lived before he died. That's great. It's the thought of a dark abandoned train car all led to this sculpture. I don't know that song by Hank Williams. Hear the lonesome whippoorwill, he sounds. Too blue to fly, the midnight train is whining low. There you go. Do we know that song? Does it look like a train car? Does that? On the tracks?
Oh, does it look like it?
Oh, yes, and not more over here.
No, it does.
Lights up a purple sky. Can you read that?
Lights up a purple sky, and as I wonder where you are, I'm so lonesome I could cry.
I do know that song. I have heard that song. We'll have to look that up and listen to that song. But it was about the whippoorwill, and here's more. Okay, we probably were supposed to start around there, because there's long when time keeps crawling by, the moon has gone behind the clouds to hide his face and cry, the silence of a falling star. Hank
What's the
Williams,
song?
he was something too. I'm so lonesome I could cry. I've never seen a night so. My dad loved Hank Williams.
What was the song called?
Whippoorwill. The Lonesome Whippoorwill. Whippoorwill.
No, I
How do
mean
you
the
pronounce
song.
whippoorwill?
I mean this.
It's a tongue twister at one point.
No, what's
Whippoorwill. Whip, and then poor will. Whippoorwill. Whippoorwill. Okay, so
What's
the
this?
Lonesome Whippoorwill. The beauty of Hank Williams' song, real whippoorwills singing at night in our woods, and the poignant thought of a dark, abandoned train car all led to this sculpture. Okay, this one is At Home in the Woods. I like the way he uses a house for his home, because that's the second one that he's done that with. That's
What?
sort of a signature for him, maybe,
Maybe it's saying that
because he's made a few of
maybe
them that way.
it's saying in the woods is
Look at
his
this, Carter.
home, I'm guessing.
This little seed that's growing up right there. Okay, so this one's At Home in the Woods. Day and night, in all kinds of weather, he just sits here, taking it all in. I love it.
Wow.
In all kinds of weather,
It's
at
true,
home
though.
in the woods. That might be my favorite so far.
Probably now. I'm still stuck. Because, I mean, he's made so many of these.
Yeah.
And, like, think about how long that would take.
Oh, look at the nice bridge.
Even that, like, that would take some people weeks and weeks just to make that.
This is nice. Gothic arches, the patterns of tree branches have a lot in common. Oh. Oh, yeah. That is cool. So, Gothic arches, the patterns of tree branches have a lot in common.
I don't really, I'm going to be straight, I don't know.
You know, Gothic, would you consider, right, I don't know why I was thinking of Harry Potter, because Harry Potter stuff, you know how Gothic that compare that to Gothic? The old,
The stream was really nice, though.
yeah, it is. I have a feeling I know what you're thinking.
What?
Oh, no? Okay. That's okay.
Look at this.
Isn't that is so beautiful. That was part of a spring house, I bet.
Dang it, so it wasn't natural.
So this is our picnic area now, but it used to be where the Akers family, who lived here in the early 20th century, got all their water. The spring is back under the rhododendrons. Mrs. Nettie Akers was born here, lived in the house until the 70s. She taught school in Allen Ridge and Indian Valley. Her house had no water, so she carried it from here. An outhouse is attached to the shed up the hill, where number 1 is, that we saw. And when Nettie taught in Indian Valley before she owned a car, she rode her horse to school. She would take a rifle with her to shoot something for dinner along the way. When Nettie was over 70, in the 1970s, she married Mr. Fulcher, and they moved to his house in Reiner, about 10 miles from here.
I think that might have been where they got the water
Culture?
right there.
I don't know. But I'm still wondering if that part down there wasn't part of it still too. Yeah, I do. And then they've tapped into the spring here. You can drink that water.
Really?
Yep. I am sure of it. Aren't you?
I'm just gonna do it so I can say I did it.
Tell me how good it tastes.
Tastes like our water.
Tastes
not.
Does it taste like Shatley Springs water?
It's not great water. Like, I don't recommend drinking a whole bottle of it, but it's not bad. Because I mean, that's like the water that we get at our house.
Okay. Well, let me taste
Out
it.
of the spigot, not your house, but Ashley Lynn's house. That's about the same water.
That's a good spring water.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Transcendent together is this one. And he says, sometimes ladders remind me of people or vice versa. I made this sculpture in 1991 on the occasion of our 25th wedding anniversary. So how do you think that the ladder relates to that?
Rising up, in some
up,
sense.
climbing up together, transcending together. Oh, look. What else do you see with that?
I mean,
it looks like they're holding hands.
Oh.
Doesn't it? Do you think?
I think that's what it's supposed to be.
Well, I was just proud of myself that I saw it. That's really cool. On their 25th wedding anniversary. Transcendent together.
I love the flowers.
Yeah, the daffodils. They're pretty. Well, here we are again with the house, which is interesting. So this one is Being Home. Another homebody. It speaks for itself.
I really
sort of think that that's part of his signature in a way.
I really don't understand the house ones. I'm going to be honest, I don't.
It's your home.
But why the legs?
This is your home.
I kind of get that. I mean, it makes sense, but it doesn't.
And this is Being Home. He's like another homebody. You know what a homebody is?
No clue. I'm pretty sure that's a person from a movie.
Person from a movie? Well, if you call somebody a homebody, what do you think that means?
A person that's at home a lot.
Yes, they like being at home. Who do you know that is a homebody?
I'm like a couch body.
You're a couch body?
Yeah.
I thought that was called a couch potato. Who do you know is a homebody?
Potato.
Potato. Okay. Okay, so this one is called All My Trails. Soon be over now. As the spiritual made popular in the 60s. It's made of parts of an old ladder sculpture that didn't work out. Yeah. Every work of mine is some sort of trail. Okay. Not sure. Soon, okay, this is part of the quote. All my trails soon be over now. As the spiritual... Oh, it is trials, not trails. Thank you. Okay, that makes more sense for it being spiritual then. All my trials, not trails, Carter, can't read. Soon be over now. As the spiritual, this is the part that I don't know. As the spiritual made popular in the 60s goes. Who's the... As the spiritual. Soon be over. I think that's what he means, that it's an old spiritual song that was made popular in the 60s.
Yeah.
It's made of parts of an old ladder sculpture that didn't work out. Every work of mine is some sort of trial, not trail. No! Yeah, trial. Yes. That sort of looks like the one that Poppy tried to build not too long ago. That was all crooked from pieces and parts. Home.
What's a
Step
pilgrim?
inside so that you can get the experience of what the pilgrim experienced when he finally arrived home. I hope we're doing okay. Wait,
So
make
it
sure
wasn't
you
mud?
take the part out where I can't read.
What? Wait, what were pilgrims?
Oh, pilgrims. Pilgrims, you should know that. Didn't you just do in school? Didn't you do the American history?
I probably know they aren't the like.
The Pilgrims were the first settlers that came here, I think, when they ended up. They were a settler before they were a pilgrim.
A pilgrim is somebody making a trip.
Oh, okay, well, there you go.
You make a pilgrimage, like to Mecca, if you're Muslim. You know, a pilgrimage is...
So they were a pilgrim before a settler.
Okay.
Okay, so it says something in there, though. You want to step inside and experience the pilgrim as
Wait,
they're
which,
home.
I don't know which side I'm
That almost
supposed-
looks as small as Walden,
Which side am I supposed to start
or
on?
smaller.
I wouldn't mind having
Do you want to read that? You want to try to read it? I think you would start right there. He's still thinking about something else. Among the stars, do you see it? Among the stars in a space full of mystery, love, and grace. So here we are, home at last, the earth below, the sky above. Ah, the sky above, for real. They may have had thatched roofs even then. The stars again. Where did we see that star before? In his other sculpture.
Oh, the home.
Yes. Bridge of Sighs over the River of Life. The actual Bridge of Sighs is in Venice, Italy. The view from it was the last taste of freedom for prisoners on their way to jail. Feel free to sigh over whatever you like about your freedom as you cross over the stream that actually does flow with water during heavy rains. Do you see what's in there?
Yeah, the fish.
Yes.
And there's people right there, it looks like.
You know, I thought that looked more like a person too than a fish. All
Yeah, I
right.
think some of them might be
Sunshine.
different. I think some of them are fish.
So as we're walking over,
Yeah, because look, there's difference. Because look, that looks like a person, then that over there looks like a fish.
yes,
They all look different.
and maybe he didn't mean for it to be people because we're walking over. It was the last taste of freedom for the prisoners on their way to jail. On their way to jail in Venice, Italy? I'm not real sure.
I'm guessing it was something bad that happened.
Yeah.
Why don't they just jump off? Like,
I don't know why they were going to jail. Why didn't they just jump off? Carter said. They could have just jumped into the stream.
Yeah.
Carter says some of them look like people. So maybe some of them did jump off.
You know?
Okay, so this one, he rowed his boat around the shoreline of his memory. My grandpa had a rowboat.
I'm pushing
He
it.
rowed his boat around the shoreline of his memory.
I was gonna say, why does he have legs for his boat, but it's to keep him up?
Sort of makes me think of the book that I just read where the crawdads sing. Do you see the rowboat?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yep, he rowed his boat around the shoreline of his memory. My grandpa had a rowboat. This one is when the stars begin to fall. The idea for this came from the words of the frightening but beautiful spiritual dating back to the early 1800s. My Lord, what a morning. Oh, wow. In awe. I think I have done that before. Have you ever gone outside and been like, oh,
Yeah.
in the sunshine? And there's those stars again. That's something that he's put on a few of them, too.
It looks more like sea urchins.
And he says this one is when the stars begin to fall. Have you ever seen any falling stars?
I think one
Have you?
too.
The
I don't know
idea,
what they're caused by.
words of the frightening, but beautiful spiritual,
22
dating
something.
back to the early 1800s. My Lord, what a morning.
22's up here.
How do you pronounce this?
Melancholy?
That is just,
Melancholia?
Ow.
Melanchola?
okay, in 1514, the German artist, Albrecht Dürer made a print by this title. This important Renaissance work features a winged mythological figure representing melancholy. So melancholia, because it was supposed to represent melancholy, so melancholia then, a state of mind that at the time meant thoughtful contemplation and was considered the proper state of mind for artists. Thoughtful contemplation. One symbolic object in the print interested me. A ladder in the background leaning against a building. It suggests that the human task of figuring things out is under construction and an ongoing process. The house home in her or his hand is my addition. So that's pretty deep, climbing that ladder again, right? Do you see its wings? And of course the house is his addition. Okay, this one was the House of Ladders. I saw a strange Michigan farm building like this one when I was a child, much later, about 1992. I thought it was a perfect form for the tapered ladders I like to make. So that part, Carter, what do you think it looked like, the building?
I saw or a windmill or a lighthouse.
Our lighthouse does similar. Okay, 24 is our next one, and it's called the Harvester.
24 right there.
Why do you think that's called the Harvester?
I don't know.
Oh, wow. What do you think's on his back? That's pretty cool.
No, I don't think it's something. I think it's more just. I don't know.
Okay. Well, the harvester, years ago, while mowing the grass, I realized that in a way I was harvesting it. Later, I read a parable about harvesting. Jesus explained it. The harvest is the end of the age, and the angels are the harvesters. It's one of my first outdoor sculptures in 1991. The angels. I thought it looked like it was wings too. Like an angel.
I can see that. I didn't get that first, but no.
And they
I
are the
see that
harvesters
now.
at the end of age.
I can see that.
So this is called Little Wild Bouquet. While making these flowers, I remembered these lines in Leonard Cohen's song, Democracy. I love the country, but I can't stand the scene. And I'm neither left or right. I'm just staying home tonight, getting lost in this hopeless little screen. But I'm stubborn as those garbage bags that time cannot decay. I'm junk, but I'm still holding up this little wild bouquet. Democracy is coming to the USA. You know, we could probably make something like that too,
Yeah.
you know? I really like that. I think that's cool. Okay, so 26 is benches. Perspective is a curious thing. No matter how much it looks like it, the roads does not really get narrower in the distance. But if we don't draw it that way, it looks wrong. Okay, you understand that? Whenever you draw the road, it looks wrong if you don't draw it as it narrows in the distance.
Oh, yeah.
I tried to construct these benches as if they were perspective drawing. It wasn't easy. That's pretty cool.
It really does seem like they're going.
He's a carrier,
Look at that guy.
a ladder carrier. He's part of the ladder. Carrying a ladder indicates a readiness to repair, rescue, fix up, an urge to uplift and rise to an occasion, an interest in reaching for a higher place. Ladders. He's given a whole different meaning to ladders, has he not?
No, he has.
Another appreciation. Wouldn't it be grand, made in 2012 with free but aging wood as a temporary installation for an Atlanta gallery? I didn't expect it to last very long, and it hasn't. It was moved here in 2019 to rest in peace. I think it needs a white picket cemetery fence around it. Wouldn't it be grand? This is cool, though. I see what he means, that it wasn't going to last because it's starting out. And he did pick the perfect spot for it to hit the light. Huh. You know why it's called grand?
No clue.
A grand piano.
Is that what they would call them?
Yep. Wouldn't it be grand? Because, well, I guess there's other brands too, but there's a grand piano. Oh, okay, so faith and doubt. As you walk through this sculpture, ask yourself, is doubt like a dark building? Is faith like a white ladder? Can one exit without the other? The ladders are not attached, so feel free to exercise your faith by removing a ladder and placing outside, but still within sight of the building. Faith and doubt. As you walk through, ask yourself, is doubt like a dark building? Is faith like a white ladder? Can one exit without the other? Exist. Thank you. You can tell I'm dyslexic. Can one exist without the other?
Notice that all the ladders are different, though.
Can one exist without the other? That's right.
He could get some good
Is doubt like a
marbles.
dark building and then faith like a white ladder? It is. It is. All right.